Yes, it was founded 155 years ago, which makes it a very old club indeed in this area, one of the really old gentlemen's clubs. And in those days, a lot of young men went out to serve the empire, and East India Company, and in Africa, and out in Borneo, and so on. When they came home on leave, they very often didn't know very many people. They'd been away for years, and so staying in a club like this was a lovely way to sort of get back into society and perhaps with chance meet somebody's sister and perhaps woo her and take her back to sort of develop the empire as it was then. So that's really what it was all about, and we've gone on ever since.
Well, of course we haven't got an empire like we had 155 years ago, but why do you think things have changed, and why do you, nearly 200 years later, suddenly feel more threatened and more depressed about the future?
Yeah, it's not easy. There's a lot of competition. I mean, there's so many restaurants and bars and cafes and single interest clubs like fishing or tennis or soccer or something, and people tend to go to those. This is a very general interest club where we mix and meet across a wide range of professions and interests and jobs and experiences. But so we've lost membership largely due to age and people moving away from Bath. But of course there's a whole new load of young members, people, hopeful members, men and women in the area who would love this club, because it's a great place to not only form friendships and companionship, but to network, because this is the way you can do it, and you don't have to have a specific interest to be here. You can just come and relax, be yourself, but have a jolly good time, and possibly, meet the very person who's going to help the work increase or job prospect or so on. There's enormous capability here.
Well, I suppose you could still meet your future partner here as well. But what would you say to people who say that a club like this isn't relevant anymore?
Well, I think it's always relevant to have somewhere comfortable, pleasant, that you can come to, and you feel you own it. It's part of your we don't all have great houses and places where you can entertain easily. Sometimes they're quite crowded and other people cram into you. Here there's lots of space, there's facilities, there's a very good chef waiting to serve, there's the bar, there's club rooms, there's you can play bridge, you can relax and have a nice time, as well as doing this essential networking that's very important.
And talking of network, being a member of this club opens doors elsewhere, doesn't it?
Thank you, Richard. Absolutely. If you belong to this club, you also belong to, and let me get the figures right, 37 other clubs in the United Kingdom, and that's from north of Scotland way down, and these are some great clubs in London, of course, some of the really very big well-known ones, many of them with accommodation so that you can actually go and stay there simply by being a member of this club. And you also belong to 27 overseas clubs: Australia, India, Africa, Singapore, Hong Kong, Beijing, you name it. We are affiliated with all these clubs around the world and in the UK. So the one membership of the Bath and County Club opens worldwide doors.
Well, I know you and your fellow members are getting together and looking at ways that you can maybe change the club to appeal to younger people. But I think you're quite interested in hearing other people's comments too, aren't you?
Absolutely. It's all very well for us to sit down and think we're going to change, but ideally, if people were to get in touch with us and say what we would like is, and we're just so happy to try and oblige and open our doors to new ideas. That's exactly what the Bath and County Club's all about at the moment. We want to open that door, people come in, bring fresh blood, fresh ideas. They will be given a very warm welcome.